So I would go up to Glasgow quite a lot. As a child, none of my aunties or uncles had any kids, so we were sort of like talking kids, and we would get dressed up and taken with them whenever they wanted to go to a kid. One of my aunties loved going to the cinema in Glasgow, and she would go and see The Sound of Music every week. So one of us would be trailed along to see The Sound of Music, which after a while you didn't want to do, but you knew then you could work out, you could get a Knickerbocker glory, if you went to Sound of Music. Also, my auntie and uncle used to take me to the Citizens Theatre, to the Panto, and I first went there in 1968. And beside the Citizens Theatre was like a tobacconist shop, and everybody smoked then. My uncle smoked, my auntie didn't. So my uncle would go in to get like a packet of Embassy cigarettes, and I was allowed to pick either a box of the wee green boxes of Roundtree pastels or Roundtree fruit crumbs, and I was around to get one, or you would get this sort of like very flat box of chocolates that just had one layer of chocolates in them. So we would coming to Glasgow was quite good. And Auntie Mary, if she was doing shopping, buying something to wear, going to a wedding or something, you had to go to Glasgow with Auntie Mary, forget to pick her hat maybe or something. And also if you needed something excuse me, if you needed something for an event, one of the aunties would take you to Glasgow to get you kitted out and stuff. So Glasgow was somewhere we came along. I remember as a child coming back from Glasgow with my mum and dad, and they had a massive standard lampshade, which caused great hilarity on the train. I just have this vision of that. But I also remember coming to Glasgow in the train and going through Paisley and seeing, people living in tenements with smashed windows and stuff. I have this very vivid memory of going through what would be Paisley at the time and seeing this family eating their lunch or their dinner in this room, and this windows were smashed, and because there was they just had no money. The poverty was just so extreme. And they were living in what wouldn't be council housing then, it'd be sort of like some sort of factored housing. So Glasgow was somewhere that I was very used to, coming, and somewhere that excited me a lot. I liked Glasgow because there was all these people.